Rachel was just telling us about just the emphasis on winning these home games. Like, would you piggyback on what she was telling us just now?
Yeah, for sure. I think we need to have like just a greater focus on our home games and just step it up even more than we already need to in order to win games in general. Because we want to protect home court and we want this to be a place where it's hard to play like it was in the past for those past teams. And so yeah, definitely trying to win the home games and protect our home court, and it'll help us for the rest of the season and throughout playoffs as well.
When you say greater focus, I mean, does that mean that there was a lack of focus before?
No, not really. I think just more focus. I think we have the right amount of focus to play games and to start games and home and away, things like that. But I think just a greater focus on, protecting that home court is important for us.
Back the last couple of days. How's the energy been in practice? Has she added to that?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think having Diamondback has been fantastic just for us as a team, herself as an individual, and also just us offensively and defensively. She's another player who can get to the basket, who can get to the paint, who can finish, who's super athletic, super long, and I think it's been great to see her and Fee play off of each other for these past couple days.
How eager is she?
Yeah. Yeah, very eager. You can tell she's been chomping at the bit, and the way she's playing too. She's really focusing on attacking the basket, getting to the paint, finishing for sure, and just trying to provide that energy for us.
That aspect of the offense, getting into the paint, Carol mentioned yesterday, attacking closeouts. How big is that just an emphasis for everyone, not just all of the guards?
Yeah, for sure. It's a huge emphasis for our team because we really want to get shots in the RA. And we're really good once we get shots there. So that's a focus for us, getting shots there, getting easy baskets. And then it'll also open up things for our shooters, like K-Mac, like BC, Rach even. And so getting those easy baskets in the paint is crucial.
How do you evaluate your play through the first one-third of the season? What about the one-third mark?
I think I've been doing okay. I think I've been on a nice kind of run here the past few games. Just been able to focus on what I do well and what I can help this team with, and that's pace, which is what Cheryl's been emphasizing this past week and these past few games, making sure our pace is high, make her miss, getting into the paint like we talked about, and just trying to find my shot and also find my shooters, find Fee, who's a big focus for us.
How has the offensive philosophy shifted in terms of things running a lot more through you with the one instead of Jess at the five?
Yeah, for sure. I think with Jess, she's one of those players who can really, run kind of that point center, point forward, whatever you want to call it. And she's one of the ones who can get a rebound and just push it up the court, and we're flying and all that stuff. And so it's kind of similar in terms of that. I think when Jess was in, we had more slashers out there on the court with her. But with me, we're trying to just balance more like slashing, cutting, finding our shooters, let Diamond or Fee kind of do the slashing and getting into the paint. And that's just kind of spacing around them, me, Dorka, and K-Mac. But it's been a bit similar as well.
In terms of the slashing and cutting, that's just been such a primary focus of the entire team offensively early on in the season. But as you kind of grow and build more of a higher frequency, how much of a bigger role is how has the team adjust to that?
You talking about, sorry, repeat that last part?
Just how have you seen the team adjust to, everything being more like slashing predicated to now just being a lot more pick and roll focus, I guess, the last few games?
Yeah, for sure. I think with anything, we're trying to make sure our spacing is good because I feel like at times we start to creep in and then there's no space for pick and roll or even the pick and roll reads or even the slashing and cutting like you talked about. And so I think making sure our spacing is good, making sure we're active on the backside and keeping those players, occupied, and so that the people in the pick and roll can really do their thing. But I think we're really running a lot of two-man stuff, and so that backside is wide open for those two players to kind of work off of it, which has been good for us.
And then last one for you. You guys have been the best defensive rebounding team in the league by percentage so far this season. Does that give you confidence that, once you get Diamond back and everybody on the floor get more familiarity with each other, that you guys can be one of the elite defensive teams, knowing that when you are getting stops, you're closing it out with the rebound?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's been kind of what Cheryl's been preaching to us as well. Once we do get stops, we're pretty good, in transition and offensively. So it's about us. It's just like getting stops, being tougher on defense, dictating more, making our presence, known and making that felt within the first 5 minutes of the game. And I think once we do that, like you said, like our offense is better, our defense is even better throughout the whole game. Yep.
Thanks, Lindsay.